I'm gonna go and take a picture real quick. Nothing special about it. It's okay. Beautiful building. What a good idea. There you go.
That represents the old town at that time. So some of you already visited that area. It looked like that. It had wooden houses and churches. We have around 300 churches in the city. That didn't change from 200 years ago. It stayed the same. We are building also some churches. Others have been, and he followed the Ottoman style. By Ottoman style, I am talking about the Ottoman Empire, which was our neighbor in the east part, and it's modern day Turkey. If you had people like,
Thank you very much.
what happened destroyed, including this one. So, after the war, of course, we renovated it. A lot of money were given to restore it. So what you see today is the same with the original design. A lot of people like this building. It was constructed in only 2 years, and we had a public campaign shaped European culture, like Vergilius, Vergilius, Michelangelo, Pericle, Molière. So all these people, So all these people, they were important for Europe. We have also 5 portraits. Again, quite strange why we have them there, because they are not musicians, they are not artists. They were actually politicians, political leaders in the Middle Age. I'm not sure how to call them, something like that. Yeah, we had principalities, not kingdoms. So 2 of them ruled in the east part of Romania, which is called Moldova, and now he was our first king. So the monarchy started with him. His name was Carol.
Carol Park.
Carol?
Carol Park. There's a park.
Oh yeah. We do have a park called Carol. So it's named after him. So it's actually a more modern one. It was constructed between 2007 2010, so quite recent. I will also show you a picture of the older version. And over there, it's the formal royal palace. It's not that old compared to other European, right? But she adopted this country and she really cared for it. So we even this year or last year we had some movie about her and some coins, a statue. Recently, people start to realize that monarchy was really important for us. So you can find statues of kings and queen, but a bit changed because the original one was demolished in 1947. So we had a period in our history where the monarchs and the monarchy was, in Moscow they have the Seven Sisters buildings. There are similar, but bigger. There is a hotel, the university, the other, Ministry of Internal Affairs. In Warsaw there is another building similar with this. And these people, these people showing support. But In 1944, in the same place, the king decided to change things. So he arrested the general and he got executed. He was also guilty for discrimination and crimes against the Jewish population. So during his time, they were put into trains. Yeah, we had a big Jewish community. Yeah, so during his time, they suffered because of his policies, and they were sent to Moldova and then to Republic of Moldova. And, yeah, so that happened. In the last year of war, things changed. So we have the same building, but different people. Yeah, we have. Yeah, you can recognize at least one person from here.
Is it Lenin?
No, Stalin. Here, Truman.
Truman, yeah.
Yeah. Attlee, he was the Prime Minister of the UK. And here is again our king, King Michael.
This was before the end of World War II?
Yeah, 1944. So, this was,
so how did they switch so fast?
no, it wasn't. It's called the Revolution Square, yeah, that's true. But what do you think of the monument? When you look at it, what do you think about? You can yeah. And what is the symbol of it? What Ceausescu did in the beginning, and not how he died. Well, that comes a bit later, right? So the monument is called the Memorial of Rebirth, and we mean the birth of our country. So rebirth of Romania as a democratic country with freedom. But people fight for it, right? So we had a revolution here, and we have it's like that. Like you need to sacrifice something in order to gain freedom, and there were the people fighting here together on the streets, and also now I think they might renovate it because it's very damaged. You can there are some walls over there, and on those walls inside they have graffiti, but the point of that is to show it's to write the names of the people who died here. So yeah.
So a lot of people died
in Bucharest.
Wow.
Yeah. So quite many people in just few days. Yeah. So and it also so here and it's no, that's the problem that we will go.
It's like it's Romanesque language. Latin.
Yeah, it's if you speak Italian or French,
Spanish, Portuguese.
Spanish, Portuguese, yeah. So
Ministry of Internal Affairs.
yeah, it's the Ministry of Internal. It's quite a long time, right? And a lot of people say that she was the main boss because she liked to give opinions, and he was listening to her. So
the wife is always the boss, you know.
yeah. Maybe,
if you're married.
Did you have children?
Yes, three children, but I think two of them died actually.
Really?
Two, and one is still living.
In Romania?
In Bucharest. Yeah. But he's not involved in public life or politics.
I see.
Exactly. So the communist
That's
states
true.
to
Right.
get that, but and Ceausescu they reached this agreement. So Romania was a special case for here. So a lot of people again they blame his wife. So they blame her that when she went to North Korea, she went.
Brezhnev?
So in the past we had other national day.
Right.
Why 23 of August? That was because that day in 1944 we switched sides. So it was very quality of life improved. In Romania everything went backwards.
Really?
So there were two main reasons for that. It was the Ceausescu's reforms. So it wasn't even the communist in itself, it was more like his own approach to it. The first thing he wanted to pay back the foreign debt that we had, which was at that time like 11 billion illegal. So the leaders of those parties they were put in prison, and he was tortured in prison. like to show you some pictures of how it used to look like. So this was this avenue in 19th century and beginning of the 20th century. So this area had some changes. It looked more colorful. Maybe the buildings were better. Now it's all mixed. And if you check this part, you can find it in real life. You can see it directly on some. Yeah, so actually this was established 1850s, but in the World War II it was bombed and completely destroyed. Both the Germans and the Americans bombed Bucharest, so the theater completely got destroyed. It wasn't renovated because the city administration decided to renovate the Athenaeum instead of the theater. And our theater now is located near the University Square, so it's another location.
Nice.
E bun. 20th century. What happened with it? It collapsed. Not because of the communist time, it was actually because of the land. The land in this area was not stable. Bucharest is one of those cities which was also built on a swamp. You know, some part of it was built on a swamp. So wait, this one is the university, so it's on that way, and this one is in the back. Is the University of Architecture.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
and here we had some more churches, but some of them collapsed during the earthquake. The same with the buildings. We had a building like this over there, like on those streets, and imagine that all of it collapsed with all the people living there, including many artists. So it was a big tragedy because artists, for example, singers, actors who were playing in the National Theatre, they died in that day. So
How many hectares?
this earthquake, Ceausescu decided to restructure the city. So he wanted to redesign it in a way that it doesn't look like like move the churches, using some technique which he didn't try before, but it actually worked. So his idea was to move them by placing them on railways and just pushing them back. So in the back of the buildings, and in the back of that building over there, which you see, there is a church. So
That was moved.
that one not, but other ones.
Really?
Yeah, that one was not moved because it was just more fast.
They are not in the
And it was
Space.
Yeah, these are Romanian sounds, which, by the way, we changed the name. So it's not called Herăstrău anymore. It's called King Michael Park. The last king. It's been here since the middle of 19th century, and actually the design of it is by Austrian man, the same man who designed the Imperial Gardens in Vienna. So he came here, and this was his project. This is the old picture, so
But you still use it?
You need to pay now, so it's not, you need to pay to get in here. Even this word, it's the old Romanian language. Like we don't write it like that. Patinaju, it sounds strange to many people. But this is a nice park that people like because of its location. And also
money inside, I suppose.
So I have a coin, and if you want to try it, you can step there. Works. I want
Don't
to.
step down, okay? I'll take a picture of you. Don't step down. Stay there. Stay there. Now you can look at me. Smile. Okay, ready? Hold on. Stay still. And the guy, Christina, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
It wasn't like college,
Right.
but it's
It was
not like
tolerant,
this.
yeah.
Maybe now that you go back, so the last stop, no problem. The last stop, it's the Palace of the Parliament.
Yeah.
This is the aerial view. By the way, it takes 40 minutes to go around it. So if you need to work out and walk.
Second biggest building in the world.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, administrative.
Is that the one right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the construction started 1984, and it finished after like 12 years. But it's not completely finished because the underground part is not finished. It has like 84 meters, and it should be the same in the underground. So there are like 6 or 7 levels under.
You're still working on that?
No, they are not. But they
Stop with the projects.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, because on the underground, no one is really using it. So there are some rumors what is there. There are 2 nuclear bunkers for Ceausescu, so he wanted to have this escape part. And also tunnels. So if you are familiar, there is a British TV show called Top Gear. You know,
Top Gear, yeah.
They are racing cars, like they are racing fast cars in the underground.
Really?
So,
Jesus.
in the underground on those tunnels, they have one. I saw in YouTube very small part of that episode. They are racing the cars there. Yeah, so it's very big. And many people say the tunnels are connected with the airport and with the metro system. So maybe it's very complex escape route, but we don't know. We cannot see it. If you go on the visit inside, some people say that on the visit it covers like 1%. He wanted to use Romanian materials, but he made one exception. So there is one type of wood that he brought from Congo. Because he was friends with the president of Congo. So in that time, in 1980s, of course, maybe that president died already.
Or executed or whatever.
Yeah, very messy. This was the neighborhood which we had in the past in this area.
Really?
And in 1980s, everything was
gone. Beautiful.
And around 50,000 people lived here.
Really?
And,
so where did they go? Did he
they
build
were
housing for them?
evacuated and given houses in another part of the city, like small apartments in new districts.
So the building is protected against earthquakes?
Yeah, exactly. So he wanted exactly this place, which it makes no sense to choose a place which already had so many buildings and you need to destroy everything. But he really wanted it because they made some studies which show that this place is this area. It's a small hill actually, and it says that spot is the safest place in case of an earthquake in the whole city.
So for now, what is it being used for?
So now it's only the parliament.
So Parliament does
that's
work
why
in there.
now the name of it is Palace of the Parliament. So we have the Parliament of Romania there with the 2 sides, like the Senate,
The Senate and the House.
deputy,
Right.
chambers of deputies.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of empty space in
Yeah, like most of it is empty. We don't use
yeah,
it.
yeah,
We
of course,
don't
yeah.
like it, and we'll pick
Yeah.
her as the architect in charge. So she used this psychological.
Yeah.
She knew that he liked really huge, impressive things, so she designed it
Oh,
like that. But of course, it's not very practical.
Yeah.
And many people don't like it. And
Yeah.
also,
of
the
course.
cost of this building was very high.
I'm
At some
sure.
point,
Of
it
course.
was more than $4 billion.
Yeah, for the economy, yeah, not
Yeah.
good. The money could be used for something else.
Yeah, especially in 1980s when
Yeah,
the country
right,
was suffering.
starving,
Yeah, of course.
So many Romanian people don't really like it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
because they know that there was too much sacrifice.
Yeah.
And this is the inside, like one
Oh,
part
God,
of it.
that's
It's
beautiful.
marble corridor. So it's just a corridor.
Marble.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I
all
don't-
local material,
yeah,
right?
all local material. It's tragic. But yeah, this tour has a lot of heavy information because also the regime wasn't so great.
Yeah.
And who maybe you already know who was the first person, an international person, famous, who came to Bucharest and spoke from the balcony over there. It's not very visible, so
Yeah.
there is a balcony there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he used that balcony to address to the crowd.
Right.
So do you know?
was it
So
an
Nixon was the
American?
last one, and then
Sorry?
Was it an American?
Yeah, yeah.
not Nixon.
No. He was not a politician.
That's not a
so-
politician. Was
Must
it
be an actor.
An actor? Singer?
Singer. In 1990s, so like 1996,
1990s.
1997.
American singer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He had a concert in
Bruce Springsteen. No.
He had a band?
Ni-
or was
ni-
it-
No,
96?
he is single.
96?
Yeah.
96.
He is called, like his nickname, the King of Pop.
the king of
Elvis.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, of course. Yeah.
Yes, Michael Jackson. So
He came
you have-
here?
Yeah, he came twice. Yeah, in 1990s.
For,
yeah.
for a concert.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
He had many fans
Oh,
here,
yeah.
but at the end of
Fantastic.
the concert,
Yeah.
he said like, "Thank you, Budapest."
Wrong one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Thank you, Budapest.
yeah.
I like that.
But anyway, we don't hate Michael Jackson. Actually, after he died, we have in the park Herăstrău Park.
Very good. See that?